There are 6 paragraphs of the Bible that the Watchtower intentionally avoided at all costs. Acts 28, 1 through 6. I'll sum it up for you. Paul and some other non-believers got shipwrecked. And it was obviously wintertime because it says that they were cold and it was raining. And so they got onto the island and Paul started to help make a fire. And as he was grabbing some wood, a viper latched onto his hand. And Paul just shook the viper off into the fire while all the non-believers were like, looking at him in amazement, like waiting for the venom, to do its job, and it never did. And they were very surprised that the venom did not bother Paul at all. And the reason Watchtower intentionally avoids this scripture is because they don't want you to know the power that you have with faith in Jesus. Let me prove my point to you. My father was an elder for, 35 or 40 years. I told him about the scripture, and he says, no, that doesn't exist in the Bible. And I said, yes, but it does. Then he said to me, I never heard anything about a viper biting Paul. And I was like, look, and I showed him the scripture. There's a reason why we are so taken back that we never saw the scripture, which I'm going to tell you in a second. In this short little paragraph that the Watchtower Society put on jworg about this scripture, it never tells you why the venom didn't bother Paul. They just read the scripture, but they took every opportunity to talk about Greek mythology. Surprise, surprise. If you Google vipers on Malta, Google will tell you they don't exist. In this paragraph, Watchtower says they don't exist. These are the builders that rejected the stone, of course. If someone pays my way to Malta, I will go to Malta right now and find a viper. You're probably saying to yourself at this point, what makes this guy a snake expert all of a sudden? I have a confession. Well, they monitor.
About once every 3 months, I have one of my partners make sure it's they're expending.
Go. And this is my friend, a 9-foot green anaconda. I bet y'all weren't expecting that, were ya? In the early 2000s, I even had my own DVD series. Growing up in the exotic trade was quite the experience because my father would have us go with him into the Everglades where we grew up. We would be chest deep in water, pulling snakes off trees, pulling turtles out of the water, frog, any reptile or amphibian, we're grabbing it. And then we shipped it all over the world. Here in Houston, I had my own pet store for 13 years. That was hugely successful. I'm telling you, there are vipers on Malta. Somebody pays my way, I will go and grab one. I'll post a video about it and everything. This is the business I was born into. I've seen just about every reptile in the world, literally. And I'm telling you, I could go to Malta right now and find a viper. I've seen them with my own eyes. This is a lie, a perpetuated lie by the Jesus haters. What this does is going to put doubt in your mind, like, well, maybe it was a non-venomous snake. And if they say vipers aren't even on Malta, then you might say, meh, it's just a bedtime story, or it's just something somebody made up. Watchtower is skilled at planting seeds of doubt. They love doing it, especially when it comes to Jesus. Paul was not affected by the venom because of his faith in Jesus.